It is Monday, September 26th of 2022, and you are watching a very glary Guy's Daily Drive. Bam! And good morning to everyone, and welcome to Guy's Daily Drive. And I'm on my way to, I said this before, but I don't have it here officially in Guy's Daily Drive. I'm going to the Kia dealership this morning, not the closest one because they have told me bad stuff, but to the next closest one that I have gone to many times before. And they're gonna do stuff to the car, change the oil, rotate the tires. It's like a 90,000 mile checkup kind of thing. So that's what they're gonna do, and that's where I'm going to this morning. So I'm not actually going into work, and I'm not working from home. I'm working from, hopefully, a car dealership. Now, normally when I'm working from home, I'm on the Mac Mini, and it's all set up, and I've got dual screen, so at the same time that I'm doing stuff for work, I can keep an eye on other things as well. Yeah, well, with a laptop, and honestly, I do have another screen. I could connect another screen, but I'm at a car dealership. How complicated do I want to make this? You know, it's like just set it up, turn on your laptop, log into work, do your work stuff, eventually go home. That's the plan. That's what I want to do. So that's what I'm doing this morning. And then when I'm done at the dealership, I will just go ahead and drive home, and I'll finish the day out from there. All kinds of new content over on YouTube and in the Guy's Daily Drive audio feed. I've got My Mac Podcast 908, or at least the abbreviated version of My Mac Podcast 908. Doesn't have the after show. If you want the after show, you got to go to mymac.com and get it through that feed. It was a fun show this week. I did it with Carl Madden from the Mac and Forth Show, because Gaz is over doing luxury stuff. I'm so jealous. I really am. I mean, the trip that he's on right now is amazing, and it really makes me wish that I had rich friends, but I don't. So no one's going to invite me onto private planes and private yachts and all kinds of stuff like that. And I just passed a truck that has boats on it. Now, when I was a small boy growing up in South Florida, myself and every other small boy wanted a boat. And the weird thing is, now that I'm old enough and I want to say financially responsible enough to have a boat, I don't particularly want a boat. I have, my brother bought a boat. He regretted it. I've had various other relatives that have had boats. For the most part, they've regretted it. They're kind of a money pit, and you don't really get to use them that much. Something my brother said to me, and I've heard elsewhere, is that you always remember when you buy a boat, because it's a great day. And you always remember when you sell that boat, because that too is a great day. So I get the feeling that a lot of people who buy boats regret those purchases, because unless you have a lot of leisure time, you don't really get to use it. And it's not like, if you go and you buy or fix up an antique car, at any time you want, you can just get in that car and drive it someplace. You could tell yourself, well, I have to go to work today, but I'm going to drive my antique car. And then you go ahead and you do that. You drive that antique car to work. Yeah. But it's not like you can sit there and say, well, for most people, I'm going to drive my boat to work, because you can't. And because of the hazardous nature of water, since we are not natively set up to deal with water on a long-term basis. Sure, you can swim, but you get tired, you drown. Sure, it's just not an environment that lends itself to long-term living. Always on the water. So I get it, It can be fun. You can sit there and say, I'm going to do all kinds of fishing, and I'm going to invite my friends out, and we're going to spend the day on the water, and we'll go water skiing if you have that kind of boat, or do all kinds of other things like that. But for the most part, from what I've seen, you don't. You just don't. You don't have a lot of spare time to play with your boat and go out on the water and all those other things. So it just mostly just sits there, unless you live on it. And that's a whole nother thing, especially when you're talking about sanitary conditions. But that leads me into a different topic, something else that has been near and dear to my heart, that I've wanted to do for a long time. And that's doing van life. Well, that again is pretty much a pipe dream. It's probably more practical, but not by much. There's a monk. There's a Buddhist monk walking down the sidewalk. This is Northern Virginia, and there's a Buddhist monk. Okay. So, got distracted. Who wouldn't be distracted by a Buddhist monk walking down the street in Northern Virginia? I mean, it's just weird. It's just not something you see every day. Anyway, you can take a camper, and you can drive a camper to work if that's something that you want to do. You can also live in a camper. My problem with campers is most of them aren't going to be tall enough for me to use on a long-term basis. And I see schoolies, and I see these Ford and Mercedes and Dodge vans that have been just laid out with all of this stuff, and it looks fantastic. And then I look at that ceiling, and it's like, those people, they're like 5'11" to 6 feet tall, and they don't have that much room. They just don't have that much room above their heads. And that's when I realize that long-term van life probably also isn't for me. Plus, I would never be able to talk Tracy into it. She would hate it. She would definitely hate it. She would probably rather move to Florida than do van life. I don't know. These are the things that occupy my mind while I'm on my way to work, or in this case, on my way to the car dealership. But I think that's going to do it for me for today. I have nothing really going on later this week. I have a doctor's appointment to check my blood pressure again on Thursday. But that's really about it. Hello, Larry. I see Larry. I see my brother Larry. How are you, sir? So I think I'm just gonna wrap this up. So thank you. Thank you also very, very much for joining me today on Guy's Daily Drive. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. And if you would like to help support Guy's Daily Drive and all the other things I do related to podcasting, and you don't have to. You seriously, seriously don't have to. I will keep doing these insane things like driving in my car and doing a podcast because I like doing those things. So, but if you would like to contribute, you can go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/MacParrot. You can go to my coffee page and buy me a coffee, ko-fi, weird way to spell coffee.com/MacParrot, or pay a pal at paypal.me/MacParrot. It's so easy. Those are all the things that you can do. If you want to see all of the vids, you go on over to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/VertShark. You can get all the audio content by just looking up Guy's Daily Drive, and this and other Fun Time podcasts will show up. You can also go to my webpage that I haven't updated in a really long time. Shame on me. And that is vertshark.com. I'm on the Twitters. My God, yes, I am on the Twitters. I am MacParrot. Don't do it, please. Thank you. And VertShark over there on the Twitters. And of course, I'm on Facebook. And there we go. Can't see what Larry said. I will see what he said when I get done with this. So, okay, I don't know if I'm back on or how that works, because Facebook just, and my cellular connection isn't connecting well. But I'll see all of you